Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Innistrad double feature draft here on the channel. You seem to like my last one, so I decided I'd make another one. And before I dive in, I want to remind you that if you enjoy it and want to see more videos like this, more draft content, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, and then comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. I got sent out of my rhythm. It's been a while again since I've made draft videos, so my initial intro was weak. It's weakening. Whew. Well, we've opened up a nice rare, which I feel like is going to happen a lot in this sort of format, where good rares, the name of the game, you get two of them. This one's not good. This one is good. Voldaren Bloodcaster. It's a 2/1 flyer, already good. And then it gets you a blood token whenever one of your creatures dies, or it dies, which is good value as well. And if you ever accumulate a lot of them, you're going to be able to flip it. And it's not that easy to flip it. It wasn't that easy in Crimson Vow. It's going to be harder in this set, where there's not as much blood tokens, but still a good card on its own. After that, I would be taking the Parasitic Grasp as a good removal spell. And then third, it just goes way off a cliff. I don't think the Cut Purse is that good, but it's a card that does better if they aren't expecting it, and they would not expect it in this set, so maybe it would be better. But I'm not sure what I would take after the Grasp. Maybe the Cut Purse. Hunter's good, but it's a 6 drop. Ooh, the Champion of the Perished. Zombie Rewarder. Ooh, there's also the old Organ Hoarder. You love to see it. Just going to be jamming the Organ Hoarder. Kind of unfortunate to pass a blue-black card, because it's really only good in blue-black, I think. Overworld Archivist is a pretty good card as well, but it's worse than Organ Hoarder. Blue-green is a sweet color combination, but it's kind of bad in both sets. And Diagraph Scavenger is enough worse than Organ Hoarder that I'm willing to just take my chances there. Blue-black could be a fine home to end up. It has a lot of good support in Midnight Hunt. Some support in Crimson Vow, though the decks do slightly different things. Unfortunate that the next best card in the pack is also blue, but what can you do? Okay. Naturalist is a good card, but puts me into color combo I don't really want to go down. Recluse, not particularly good. Zombie's pretty solid. I think Flesh Taker's the best card in this pack by a decent margin. This card just makes combat a nightmare. Triggers the life gain synergies in Crimson Vow and the sacrifice synergies in Midnight Hunt. I think it's the best card, and I can play it alongside the Bloodcaster. It's brutal to give up on the Organ Hoarder, but the blue cards are not good in this pack, especially because Wretched Throng has no support really in this sort of environment. I think Naturalist is also a fine option, but I don't really want to go into red-green because it wasn't really supported in Midnight Hunt. I think after the Flesh Taker, I would just take the Hobbling Zombie. Death Touch is still a good mechanic. Okay. Again, not a ton of stuff, not a ton of options here. Green-white, kind of solid in Crimson Vow. I mean, in Midnight Hunt, not great in Crimson Vow, so not sure I want to go down that path. Eccentric Farmer is a really good card as well. And then Flame Blessed Bolt is also quite good. Flip the Switch is up. It's just worse than these two options. I kind of want to take the Flame Blessed Bolt, because I think red was just better than green in both formats. Though I guess red was pretty weak in Midnight Hunt. I think Flameless Bolt is better than Farmer right now. That one's close, though. We also are seeing some green from those. This is Silversmith. Could just take Silver Bolt. This is going poorly, I would say. Just not seeing any cards that are particularly great. Seeing some black cards. Silversmith is probably the best card. I'm just going to take the Silver Bolt, though. Get myself some removal. Card that's guaranteed to make my deck, pretty much. Well, hello there. Seize the Storm. That goes with the Flame Blessed Bolt plan, and maybe the Organ Hoarder plan. I mean, it could give my deck a direction, and I'm kind of looking for one of those. Lantern Bearer is pretty solid. This card's just worse than Seize the Storm if I was going to go that direction, and really it's between the Seize the Storm and Lantern Bearer. And since Seize has the potential to be the best card in my deck, I'm just going to take that. It fits best probably in blue-red, but if I get enough instants and sorceries, it could fit into black-red, or I could splash it off of something. Festival Crasher. Not maybe the best card. Drowning Amalgam goes well with Seize the Storm because Self-Mill's good with it. I don't like the Sell-Off and Tumor. Hobbling Zombie can be good. I'm just going to take Festival Crasher and maybe try to go down a spells route. It's not looking great, though. A little bit of blue, a little bit of red. Glad we have this Silver Bolt. Well, then. Maybe we can make it work. We have 2 Seize the Storm, so we're just going to be taking things. Otherworldly Gaze would actually probably be fine in this deck. With 2 Seizes. Happy to get an Unblinking Observer to help ramp it out. Blue-red is the optimal home, I would say. Take a Lacerate Flesh as just a removal spell. I think Famished Forgers. I'd rather just get another instant or sorcery. Could still potentially play black-red. Disrespectfully late Eccentric Farmer. Don't worry, Farmer, I won't let you be disrespected like that. Jack-o'-lantern could be useful. Okay, 2 off-color rares. This one's actually pretty good in the right deck. This one's also just a rock-solid card. We'll take Visionary's probably going to be my pick. Though, I mean, 2 mana 3/1's just going to be fine, even though it can't block. If I flip it, I don't have to flip it. I can just play it as a 2 mana 3/1. I know I'm playing red, and I just want as many instants and sorceries as I can get. Playing black to go with it could be an option as well. Blue didn't seem particularly open, but neither did black. I mean, I first picked Voldaren Bloodcaster and saw, like, nothing. So I think I'm just going to take the Visionary. Non-token zombie. Well, I have 1 zombie there. It's a Homunculus. Yeah, I'm not taking the Necroduality. Festival Crasher number 2. Or Scattered Thoughts. Festival Crasher can do some good stuff. Just going to take the cheaper card. I do need to get instants and sorceries, though. I only have 4 of them. Maybe I just need to take the Scattered Thoughts with 2 Seize the Storms. Yeah, that just makes more sense to me. Pretty much just have to take any playable instants and sorceries I get. Wow. This is a tough pick. I mean, Olivia's Attendance does a lot of work. If you can land it. Oh, man. This is tough. There's also a Thermo Alchemist, which would theoretically be good. I think I'm more of a controlling, like, win with Seize the Storm deck. Oh, man. Olivia's Attendance is really good. I think Organ Hoarder is just better, though. If this is a 6-drop, sure, when this resolves, it's better, but I have to get to 6 mana, which is just harder to do. Organ Hoarder is always going to be great. It helps me dig for my cards, helps me fill my graveyard. Wow. 3rd Organ Hoarder. I'm kind of regretting the Scattered Thoughts pick now, to be honest. This guy's also good. This guy's also good. I'll just take my licks if Organ Hoarder's not the pick. I mean, I think it is. Even though Bait Hook Angler's good and Scab Angler's good, Organ Hoarder's just so good. It's a very powerful effect. Okay. This pack doesn't have anything for me. Honored Heirloom, not really a card I'm interested in. Because I take Skull Scab in case, just like there's some random... In case I like audible back into blue, black somehow. Consider's the perfect card for this deck. Really nice pickup here. Boom. Just get as many Considers into the deck as possible. I would play like 6 of these. Just make Seize the Storm better. They help me find what I need. I mean, this is just going to be an Organ Hoarder deck, I guess. Scattered Thoughts, really not looking as good as it could have been. I only had one Organ Hoarder at the time, but this has been a good pack for Organ Hoarders. Startle would be good with the Seize the Storms, but I'm getting there. I have 7 so far. Midway through pack 2. 4 Organ Hoarders is great, though. Geist Wave is a nice pickup. I can afford to trade cards for other things, and it can be used as a combat trick in some ways. Cobbled Lancer isn't as good with my low creature count. And the Festival Crasher wheeled, so I wasn't even punished. Perfect. So I got the Scattered Thoughts and the Festival Crasher. Eight instants and sorceries, hoping to get more. So far I only have 2 removal spells and a bounce spell. 4 Organ Hoarders can do a lot for a deck. Flame Breather as a defensive body or Wash Away as a counter spell. I don't really want counters really in this deck, I don't think, especially ones that are double blue. I'll just get another defensive 2-drop. Wow, getting a Bait Hook Angler is huge. Blue is wide open. So this is where I'm in a spot where I kind of have all the 2-drops I need, and so I don't have to worry about them at all in pack 3. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now they're not all stars or anything, but they're all rock solid pretty much. And now I can just focus on getting the instants and sorceries locked up. Immediately looking for this Lunar Rejection bounce spell that also can be cast for 2 in a lot of spots. It's interaction. I need that. I like Consider a lot. If I wasn't taking Lunar Rejection, Consider is like my next pick. But I think I just need more interaction, even though I do have a lot of 4-drops already. Being able to slow them down while I'm enacting my game plan is huge. Third Seize the Storm will take it. Alchemist's Gambit, not really a card I'm interested in. 7 mana to take an extra turn is just too expensive. I'll take another Seize the Storm, though. 10 instants and sorceries. Not a lot of removal. I'd love to get that Consider to wheel. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I'm definitely not going to count on it. I just have no 3-drops in my deck. Even like mediocre instants and sorceries would be fine here because I can use them to like fill my graveyard up. Like Geist Wave is good. Other bounce spells will be good as well. Geralt is just good. Gives my Organ Hoarders flying. Don't really want locked. Bloody Betrayal is the only instant or sorcery, and I'm not going to play that. So I'll just take a strong rare. It works really well with like my Festival Crashers and my Flame Breathers. Turns them into real threats. It's also just a good blocker on its own. Only 10 instants and sorceries. I would like to get like 3 more. Blue is seeming really open though, so maybe I can. Normally I would be really happy with an Unblinking Observer because of the number of expensive instants and sorceries I have, but I'm clearly going to make playables here, and just getting an Evolving Wild is going to help my mana out, so I'm going to do that. Blinking Observer would be a good option, though. But I already have 6, and 6 is like a solid amount. 2-drops. So I'll just take a playable land, help my deck out in that way. I think I'm going to take Syncopate. I like Nebelgast Intruder a lot. The card actually is really good. Man, this is a tough choice. I want to be able to get more instants and sorceries, but counter spells weren't really what I was hoping for. So I guess Nebelgast it is. The card's just really nice. Vampires. Don't have vampires. Vivisection, not really interested. I'm just going to take another Lacerate Flesh. Hopefully don't have to play it. I would really have liked to burn the Accursed. That would have been a good option. Wow, late borrowed time. Just a cantrip is really nice. Reckless Impulse is good as well, but I have a lot of expensive cards, so I'm not going to play that. And I have a lot of card advantage anyway. I guess now we see if they consider wheels. It's not going to, but I think it's 2 picks away. I don't think we're going to get a lot more instants and sorceries. We have 12 if we keep all of the ones we have right now. That's really good. Huge. So we got the Lunar Rejection and the Consider from that pack. And now we have an Ancestral Anger as another cantrip. Steelclad Spirit's just a good defensive body. I might just play it over one of my other 2-drops just because it blocks well. Even if it's never going to attack. Not really a Castic Flame Breather deck. I'd rather have the Steelclad Spirit. Mostly because I'm more just going to kill them over the top with just massive Seize the Storms in the late game. If I can get to the late game. Wow. Unblinking Observer came back too. Huge. That's going to make the cut for sure. Probably over the Festival Crashers. Again, I'm not trying to play an aggressive game plan really. This is definitely a 17 land deck. I think I'm going to cut the Nebelgast Intruder. I want as many instants and sorceries as I can get. I have 13. That'll power up these Seize the Storms. I just have survived to the late game. I have 2 Rampers. I've got this thing which can get me some card advantage. I have 5 2-drops. I could potentially run a Silver Bolt over one of these 2-drops. But I don't really want to. Yeah, I think I'm going to run it like this. We're seizing the storm, seizing the day. Let's hope it goes well. I will see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who make my content possible on patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. It really does make a big difference and helps me continue to produce these videos. If you've never heard of Patreon, it is essentially a monthly pledge service where you, the viewer, can chip in and help me continue to make videos for just a couple bucks a month, and in return you gain access to a bunch of cool rewards, including my card by card tier list for each set. So with Neon Dynasty right around the corner, now's a great time to become a patron so that you can gain access to my full thoughts on all of the cards in Neon Dynasty as those are revealed. Patreon is super flexible. It can be canceled at any time if your circumstances change or you no longer want to be a patron. It's really, really easy to set up and use, and it really does make a big difference for my content. So if you're enjoying my videos and you want to make a difference and help the channel continue to grow and thrive, consider becoming a patron. You can find more information at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Anyway, though, I hope you're enjoying the video, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round one. We are going to keep this hand. I was thinking about it more, and I'm pretty sure I should be playing a copy of Silverbolt over one of my Lacerate Fleshes. Lacerate Flesh is really clunky, and I still have a lot of instants and sorceries. It's just like, I don't have a lot of 3-drops, so it's like almost free to play on turn 1 for me. Or I mean, to get, like, do something early. Unfortunate. And Silverbolt would have been really good in this matchup, it looks like. Just gonna get my 3/3 down. Sure. One, two, three. I'll keep it. I can either lacerate or I can seize. I'm afraid of a burn the accursed. And by waiting, I get to maybe get my thing out of range. We have a bounce spell for one of them, that's good. And we can start seizing. Making 6/6s. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is gonna be game. I can't bounce back from this, I don't think. I guess I was afraid of the wrong things. can't come back from this. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the Lacerate Flesh for the Silver Bolt. That was a big difference maker in that game. If I'd been able to have a Silver Bolt down, I could have killed one of those ants, or I don't know. I played around Burn the Encourage. It felt like they were holding a removal spell that whole time. It just turned out they had a 6-drop they couldn't cast, and maybe like they had a bunch of removal spell stuff. I don't know. My guys are going to be plenty big, I think. I also stumbled on my mana a little bit, which is worth noting. I missed one of my land drops. And that usually causes you to lose a game. It's easy to forget that in the mayhem of a game. Is like, well, some games you just miss a land drop, and those ones you're very low. Like if you miss your 3rd land drop, you're very low chance to win. And that's just what happened in that game. We're going to keep this even though it's slow and on the draw. I built my deck to have a lot of early play, so I'm relatively likely to draw one. I've got mana, I've got an Organ Hoarder to do stuff. And Speak of the Devil, there's a Consider. It's Mountain City over here. I think I might have been able to win that last game if I played the Seeds of the Storm on the turn I played Lacerate Flesh, because I'd have had a blocker. But I think if it looked like they were holding a burn spell, and so I'm going to just trust that read most of the time. Gonna get my guy down now. They tap out again, I can Lacerate Flesh the Hookhand Mariner. I'm still going to target the Hookhand Mariner because I'm more worried about that thing flipping. No blocks. That is the risk of killing the smaller creatures. They can hit you for more damage. I'm going to deploy 2 blockers here. The Organ Hoarder and the Geralf. Give me a double block on the Garrottide no matter what they have. Change of plans slightly. I'm going to hold up Flame Blessed Bolt. Nice. Time to start crashing with these tokens. They have another bot tide. I guess this was the case where I should have played Giraffe the turn before. Wow. What a shame. Tried pretty hard. Oh man, not getting the Giraffe. I messed up my sequencing and it's going to cost me. If I'd had the Giraffe in play earlier, I could have done a lot more. Could have probably won. Potentially won. Come on, bounce spell. Lunar, whatever it's called. Ooh. Nice. Nice. They should have blocked with their token copy instead of their non-token one. I'm just going to play my bigger creature because then I can potentially kill them this coming next turn with the Organ Hoarder getting me another instant or sorcery. Yes! I could have probably also won with Ancestral Anger. No, it already has Trample. I don't think I would have won. Yes. Let's go. Really battled back there. Oh my gosh. Once again, Silverbolt coming in clutch. Wow, I just beat Dreadfeast Demon and Meathook Massacre. That was impressive. I like the opponent's username. No attacks. That's clever. Very clever. Seize the Storm really carried me there. Green is what I like to see. Not gonna activate this right now. Just gonna get some damage while I can. If they play a wolf, I'll bounce it. I don't really want to tap land. Ooh, rare land. The power. Mana could be very important down the stretch. This could also just deter them from playing something like a Hookhand Mariner. Let's check my instants and sorceries count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. Let's make it 5/5. I'll hold up Consider as like a semi-combat trick. Definitely going to cast it, and then I'll flash back a Seize. Them playing this into the Silverbolt means they probably have a better werewolf. Okay. That could be good. I should have played the land first, so I had the option to go Scattered Thoughts and Silverbolt if I needed to. Which I'll probably do this turn. Wolf Strike. Gonna leave them in the dark. I know that I could have a sorcery down there somewhere, but most of my cards are instants. And this is putting at least one instant or sorcery into the graveyard. So here I'm doing 1 to there. And then I could do a little bit more. Maybe if I'd attacked with Organ Hoarder, I had lethal. Getting a win. No attacks. Rest in peace. Such a good username. Made me laugh. Once again, Silverbolt showing its worth. Maybe I'm not supposed to play any Lacerate Fleshes. Well, this is just gonna be silly. Okay, I'm gonna have to survive the big tempo plays they're gonna be making here. Because they're probably gonna have a way to sack this. This is gonna be tough. I'm behind for sure. Not finding my land to curve out properly was a problem. I think I have to take Lunar Rejection, though it's close, because I would rather have a cheap spell, like a 3/3. Just, I don't have much interaction, and I think I'm going to need it. That was a good sequence. This guy can help tap for stuff. I got to put 2 instants into the graveyard. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 now. And I can cast Organ Hoarder and Lunar Reflection. I'm probably just going to cast Seize the Storm this coming turn. Okay. Bring it on. They probably have a way to get it back. That being said, I don't want to take damage. Sure. I'm going to Lunar Rejection something this turn. The question is what? I felt like I needed a double step bell to stay in the game. And then hopefully I can keep my Unblinking Observer alive. So I can double spell again next turn. That's good. That's nice. That's a good one too. Okay. There's the 6/6, and now I just have to just start churning out the 6/6s. They're gonna be 7/7s because of this. I'm gonna zap the Headless Rider with Flame Blessed Bolt, but I'm gonna hold up my bounce spell with Geist Wave for now. That's a problem. It's a mega ouch. That is painful. Guess I should have cast the one from my graveyard. 3, 6, 10, 12, 14. I have a lot of blockers. Hold up, Geist Wave. I've already used my bounce spells, so they can't really kill my own things. Best they can maybe get is Organ Order. Already used my Giralf. Maybe a 2-drop. Sure. That was a weird attack. Yes. I wonder what they took from us. I'm curious now. I don't think it was anything useful. I didn't really have anything useful left in my deck. Do I not get to know? Oh, that's unfortunate. That was good. Nice win. Okay, blue-green. Oh no. This card is good. They almost certainly have a counter spell. Saving the Angler to double spell. Yikes. So they did nothing on their turn. They felt very marginally behind on board because all I did was play a 1/1. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to activate my Visionary, I think. Find a way to double spell. Oh, baby, that's good. If this is only a 1-1, it's not a problem, but this lets me keep attacking, puts on the pressure, removes a 3-3, I mean a 3-2. And overall just gives me a big advantage. That was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. If I'd found an instant or sorcery, I was going to be able to put away the game there. I could have just not played the land off this so I could activate it again, but taking another 2 life seemed not ideal. I'm a consider away from breaking the game open, I think. Okay.
Calm the trees, and you will rot from root to canopy. The trees are mighty.
That's game. Depending on how they block. So it's going to get another instant or sorcery into the graveyard. Yep, that's game. So I'm immediately doing 4. Then I'm going to bounce this token, and then I'm going to be doing 10. Or actually more than 10. Let's go, baby. If they'd had a counter spell to go with flipping their Suspicious Stowaway, then I would have been in real trouble. But unfortunately, they just passed their turn to get the card advantage, which doesn't seem like it paid off because it just let me pull ahead. Even though my 1-1 was small at first, it really grew. Oh. The silence before the storm. It sounds like the time when they would give an epic halftime speech in like a football game or something. They'd be like, "The storm is coming. You must seize it." Seize the storm, you know. It's like the power rises. Oh, let's go. Yes. I'm so happy. This deck is sick. All the Organ Hoarders. Organ Hoarder plus Silverbolt. No. Sad day. Kind of want to kill their ramper. Then it'll become nighttime. Oh, opponent. Oh, opponent. Oh, sad day. Sweet summer child. Not gonna lie, Thalia is kind of annoying. I'm gonna probably have to silver bolt it. The Thalia is down. They have all spells in hand because they've been missing land drops too. Kind of want a Lunar Rejection there, to Weaver of Blossoms. Gain some tempo back. It's a good trade for me. I wonder if they were supposed to attack last turn with their Weaver and Perish Blade. Guess they wanted to keep their mana around. Why wouldn't they attack? It's a good trade. If I block Perish Blade, they end up in good shape. If I block Weaver, they're in good shape, unless they really need the mana for something. So before I didn't have a lot of instants and sorceries, but now I've got 1, 2, still only 3. Ah. If I hit a land off this, no, I still can't buy. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my Seize Storm's looking a lot better. Thinking about Geist waving this Contortionist troop. I think this is the best. If they play this, they can make it a 4-4, but then they don't get a counter. Okay, I guess they can make it a 5-5. So I have 7 lands there. I've got 1 land, 2 lands, 3 lands, 4 lands. So the rest of my deck is 6 lands, and then a decent number of other things. And then I have 2 more Seize the Storms. Okay. What a rip. Definitely cast Scattered Thoughts mid-combat here. Boost up the damage on this thing. So this will give my Organ Hoarder flying. I did hit 3 of my lands there, so I have 8 lands now, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have 3 lands, 4 spells. So if I don't draw anything good this next turn, I still have something to play. Still probably have an attack. I have 2 Seize the Storms left. 3, 8. So I have 3 lands left. Well, I believe they're just dead. The classic, look, I still had all these play. I don't know if it makes them feel better or worse. I know that some players would think, oh, it's BM. But I know that I personally generally think of it as, oh, it was a close game, I lost, I feel kind of bad. But then if my opponent was like, yeah, you never had a chance in heck of winning this game, I'm like, oh, yeah, I feel a little bit better. Yeah. It's like a consolation thing. It's like, well, I thought it was close, but it really wasn't. They still were just like, they still had like all this good stuff to cast. Even if I'd drawn a land that turn, I would have been fine. I had like a 10-10. I had my Revolve coming down to get my Organ Hoarder flying. The bounce spells were really good that game. I'm gonna mulligan. My deck is so good that I don't need to keep sketchy hands like that. Okay, this is much better. Like, when your deck is really powerful and synergistic and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about, like, mulliganing a little bit. We're against Platinum 1, so potentially a strong competitor. Hard to really say for certain, though. I'm going to play the Steelclad Spirit. I'm not really planning on attacking. Punished, I guess. Punished. No, not my beta angler. Please. No. Wait, what? I'm so confused. I'm still going to cast Scatter Thoughts even though Geralf can sacrifice the angler. I'm just so confused. They have to have some sort of bomb rare in there that's like red or like a big dragon or something. Okay, I'm going to take land and the Hoarder. I need to start getting my Seize the Storm tokens into play. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, so it's going to be a 4/4. I feel like I'm giving them too much time to set up. Maybe I should have just played it last turn. Oh my gosh. If they kill me with this card, it will mean I have failed. I'm doing it this way because if they do have Lacerate Flesh, I might be able to bait them into casting it. Never mind. I learned my lesson. I need to get my graveyard empty of important spells. No! I'm going to cast this one. Clean out my graveyard. Next turn I'll be able to get another one and kill something they play maybe. Oh, flying in haste. Nice. Finally, my Steelclad Spirit's going to get to do something. I don't think they understand how trample works. Or maybe they don't realize it has trample. Regardless, that went well for me. They presented me with a Flame Blessed Bolt to target, and I took it. Man, Heirloom Mirror is just disaster. They should have made it so that the card untaps at least. Put all this effort into it and then it doesn't even do anything. No, I just want to win. Why are you denying me my victory, opponent? Oh, man. Just let me win. Just want to attack. Attack! This has to be activated at sorcery speed, bud. Okay, this is just too good to pass up. I have to do it. It's just the most brutal thing I can think of ever doing to someone. Just, they put all that work into it and then it just... Okay, they jump block. Yeah, this game's pretty much over, I think. I just have to make sure I don't lose to some crazy, like, combination of combat tricks. You know that you pay a life when you use this button. You can't even afford to activate it 3 times. Their deck, I don't... Were they playing black for Interloper and Mirror? Yikes. They're probably just newer. New to the game. Because that is not optimal. Boom, got the win. Okay. One more round to go. Bum, 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 bum. Come on, storm seizing. I'm ready to seize the storm. Seize the storm. Ready, ready to seize the storm. Ooh, diamond. Let's see if we can defeat the diamond. Oh, good hand. The ideal hand with no seize the storms to start with. Start with Evolving Wilds, get an island. Ooh, could be counter magic. I think we're pretty decent against any matchup. If they play a forest here, I feel like it's GG. I just win. Let's see if they play a second color so we'll know. Oh, blue-black. Blue-black. Okay. Not necessarily a place where Stormchaser Drake is going to crush me. Okay, Sultai. Interesting. Value. Nice. Certainly taking that one. So I'm going to Flame Bless Bolt the Abomination. What the heck is happening? Sure. Loading up the graveyard. I've already got 4 instants and sorceries. I'm ready. I seize the storms. If they put an aura on this, I can bounce it. Scribe to the top. Okay. Nice. Huge. Just getting my mana set, my feet under me. Got tons of mana. They have 5 cards in hand. I have 2. Maybe I have to Lunar Rejection my own Organ Hoarder. Oh, I forgot they have an extra mana up. Oh no. Oh, I punted. Yep. Wow, I forgot that they had this up until I was too late. What a blunder. Oh, what a blunder. Wow, missing my opportunity too, because I could have then bounced this and, oh my gosh, just horrific punt. Loses me the game, feels bad. Sorry, folks. Don't like to misplay for fine individuals, but it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, I guess. Yep. I could have also taken the Geist Wave so that I could bounce the Giralf and block their ground creatures again instead of taking the Lacerate Flesh. I thought about it, but then I thought I was going to need to kill the Giralf eventually. Poor play, poor play. Ever since I realized you can bounce your own creature with the Lunar guy, I was like, man, that would be good. And then I saw they had one green up. I was like, okay, I can do it. But as soon as I cast it, I was like, oh shoot, they have the Dawn Heart thing. And that cost me the game. I think I could have won that pretty easily if I hadn't done that play. It was a very greedy play. Because then they go for their Geralt. I bounce the Geralt, block their two guys. I'm in great shape. Oh, what a fail. What a disaster. Just a terrible play. I'm ashamed. This is the shame game. It's like, what could have been? I must hang my head the whole game. I let my greed get the best of me. I mean, I was kind of worried about that game. I was like, man, if I draw a couple more lands, I could just lose. Need more fuel. But I just, like, could. Oh my gosh. Well, the shame game turns into the opponent just not getting to play games, so I guess it's not going to, like, cost me a bunch of time. Oh, man. Poor Quintorius Avatar player. He's going to end the game as fast as possible. Many storms were seized. Oh, they're going to try to win. I like it. I respect it, opponent. Who knows? Maybe they can win. I mean, I have 6 lands and they have 3, and they have discarded twice the hand size, but they're hitting land drops now. Albeit just mono white lands. No! And they have both colors. They're back in the game. I mean, not really, because I'm just going to start casting like 6/6s every turn, but... Not going to fall for that one. Wow, I'm going to lose this game. I was like so confident I was going to win when they were stuck on 2 lands for like 6 turns. Actually, it's still very unlikely that they ever can win this game. Maybe that attack wasn't the best. Force him to like triple block one of my guys. Yeah. Oh, please don't have a board sweeper. Don't punish me for my failure. The shame game has been won. Let's go. Aside from my quite poor play, running into removal spell, also just like even if they were tapped out, the play would have been bad because I just need to have interaction. But I played quite well. The deck performed quite well, and got a nice little trophy. Innistrad. Definitely enjoyed Seize the Storm. 4 Organ Hoarders helped. Considers were great. I mean, I felt like I was the only player in this archetype, and it really showed and played and performed quite well. I think leaving these guys on the sidelines was an important aspect of the deck build. Adding a Silver Bolt was key. Overall, pretty fun stuff. If you did make it all the way to the end of this video and you enjoyed it, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more draft content, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video in the comment section down below. Leave hashtag seizing victory, because that is how we won a lot of our games with these massive Seize the Storm tokens. If you would like to support my content, you can check out the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. For a couple bucks a month, you help me continue making videos, and you also gain access to some pretty cool rewards, like my card-by-card tier lists for each set with Neon Dynasty right around the corner. Now's a great time to join the Patreon so you can gain access to that bonus resource to help you get all up to speed. And I do update those over the course of the format with my most current thoughts on the cards, so you can see what I'm thinking about the cards and maybe incorporate that into your own gameplay. You can also find in the description down below links to the NicolaiBolas Discord server, which is free for everyone to join. You're all welcome to talk all things Magic. The NicolaiBolas Twitter account, the NicolaiBolas articles, which are free to read. I have one about how I prepare for a new set that I just published, so you can find those in the description. You can find links to NicolaiBolas merchandise if you want t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, that sort of thing, stickers. You can find that linked in the description. You can find the NicolaiBolas Twitch stream. You can find the NicolaiBolas yeah, really everything in the description down below. Tons of cool stuff there. But yeah, pretty fun deck. I had a blast playing it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you next time.